Good morning and happy Sunday. Just coming on real quick because I have a couple of things to edit. It was a really busy week at work, to be honest. I'm currently waiting for my Schlotzskys, is that how you say it? Schlotzskys to be delivered. I first heard about that during like the Free Britney movement when somebody finally talked to her and I think she posted or something. She posted about Schlotzskys and the sandwich that she had and how great it was. And they're pretty decent. I like that they carry Cinnabon products. I actually didn't end up ordering a Cinnabon because they always end up being like a little mid, right? Like they're never what you want. And I've had really good cinnamon buns. So I woke up, played a little Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think I started saying, but my work week was incredible, but it was very busy. So my feet are hurting. Dennis is currently outside detailing my car, so it is kind of like always my favorite day because it like locks me in my house. Like I can't go anywhere. Ooh. On Wednesday we had this beautiful influencers event where we invited a bunch of Atlanta creators into Planta, and yeah, it went really well. I'm like, you know, it was kind of an intense service that I had planned as far as like the 5-course tasting menu. And for us to execute at the level that we did was really cute. So hoping that we get more like events like that. I know immediately after I talked to the event girl and we're gonna do like a mixer soon. So yeah, exciting stuff at work. Great scores, great revenue. Our new chef is doing incredible. It's really nice to have an ally back there besides Kevin. And you know, we're just elevating everything. And you know, this morning I saw 2 great reviews come in. And yeah, just really proud of the team. So even though I'm exhausted, it's like one of those fulfilling sleepies. It's starting to finally feel like fall. I'm excited to go into a fresh new week. It finally, like I said, feels like the change of the season in a lot of different ways. So I hope you're having a beautiful fall so far. I hope you are safe and you have power in your house. And well, I guess if you're watching me, you really, I mean, you got some free time. So I love you and I'll talk to you soon. I did the pick too because I saw they had, okay. So for a second didn't feel like there was soup in there. I did the pick too, which I did a Albuquerque turkey sandwich and the loaded baked potato soup, and then always Coca-Cola. Let's remind myself. Oh, look, we have a guest. Anytime there is food, you just know Finnegan's gonna be hanging over here. Here, I'll do this real quick so you can see. Albuquerque turkey has a jalapeno. Wow, girl. Wow. Jalapeno cheese bun. So it says it's jalapeno sourdough. Turkey, cheddar, bacon, lettuce, tomato, chipotle, mayo. Hello? Can you see it? The loaded baked potato soup. This was really why I chose to do Schlotzskys, because I was like, okay, if they've got a good soup, and this was rated 100%, so I was like, it's got to be a good one. I mean, it's probably the same old Cisco one, but you know, it hits. All right, Albuquerque turkey sandwich. Looks like there's like a relish of some sort on the bottom, like green pepper or something. It's a sandwich. Something about that's very spicy. I don't want to regret the bread, but I don't think I like whatever's on the bottom of it, that relish situation. Like, I've always given credit for Schlotzskys to have like an interesting bend or whatever you call it to sourdough, but like I think it's the perfect like width for a breakfast sandwich, and then it's sturdy, but the flavor's just never been there for me. It like requires a lot of sauce, and even their sauces are kind of mid. This wasn't really a hit for me, but the soup is very good. Not every lunch is a win. Whatever. This is for you, Brittany. All right, friends, it is now 6:46. We didn't do very much except for watch some Dreamlight Valley, start to watch some YouTube. And you know, as somebody that films for YouTube, it's like I recognize like the reality of romanticizing life, and then like that's what a lot of people film and put up. And then there's some of us that like tend to film the crazy parts. So I just wanted to do a huge cathartic clean out of my room. I went to sit down, well, I sat down on my bed for like 2 seconds, and then I was like looking around, and sometimes like I just don't feel like it's my room. Like it's all my stuff, and I understand how I've assembled it all, but it almost seems like it's like stuff that I had plans for that like I just dropped a bunch of shit that I don't even know what it is. I just heard like clink clonks. But like stuff like this that I had plans for that I never did anything with. Like, so these were garnishes for Sam's drinks at work, and I was just like, oh my god, they're so beachy and fun. And this was like a summertime thing, and I thought I would put them on a drink of some kind, or I don't know, use them myself. Nope, they've been sitting to the right of me. I did get to give Dennis his TCB pin today for detailing my vehicle, so that finally like moved because that was sitting on my desk for like 3 days, so, or sorry, 3 months. But anyways, can barely talk because I don't know, I just think like when my space is a mess, I'm a mess, but I haven't had time to clean it because work's been a mess. So I figured like now that things are getting a little bit better, I want to clean my room. I've been bed frame shopping for a little bit. I did go to Rooms to Go the other day, and I totally forgot how aggressive furniture salespeople can be. Like, it's really crazy. Like, I literally had to tell this chick, like, I got it, Deborah. Of course, Finnegan's like going into my closet where you shouldn't be, but that's fine because again, I need to clean my closet as well. But yeah, get locked in there, idiot. Anyways, like my closet door like kind of slams shut sometimes. I don't know, the ghosts of it all. But yeah, so I really just want to have a cathartic cleanup and redecorate my room in time for like some cute things to come in for the holiday season, I think. Yeah, we're just gonna like move a shit ton of stuff out of my room today. The cathartic cleaning step 1 complete. We did the dishes. Well, we at least loaded the dishwasher and emptied it. I do need to start a load of laundry. In order to get that load of laundry started, I'll have to identify what I need to launder. And there's a pile of clothes. I'll show you. It's just like, this is kind of like, I think it's my undressing area from like when I get home from work. Sometimes I just like throw things off because I'll end up sitting here kicking my shoes off or whatever. And then, you know, it just depends on the level of disrobe that I needed to do. I definitely would love to wash my sheets. I don't know if that's like a tonight thing because it's already 7, but maybe that'll be like a first thing tomorrow thing. Mondays are like my most productive day. I've really fallen into that cycle of, you know, the corporate America Monday. And it's not that I look forward to it, but I always feel accomplished after it, right? So it's like, that's not that bad of a feeling. But like I said earlier, I want to like move some stuff around so that my bedroom is less cluttered. But the game of that has always been then like my closet feels cluttered. And I think as far as right now, I've done as much as I can do to make that feel accessible. I think my biggest issue is I just keep holding on to clothes that I don't wear anymore. And yeah, it's just, Finnegan, get out of there. All right, let's clean this room up and try not to think about the fact that I probably will have to do some work tonight, even though I've already talked about work a lot today, because that's just the nature of being a general manager. All right, let's get into it. All right, well, welcome to my closet. So like all of this stuff, I basically never wear. And most of it really doesn't fit me very well anymore. And I try not to think about it too much in like a negative connotation. I just think like, yes, I'm bigger now, I'm older now, Also, I've washed a lot of the stuff probably the wrong way way too many times, so it has shrunken over a while. And then I've got some pants here. Again, none of it my favorite. I think this is probably my favorite area. It's like mostly like my like little shackets and like my crew neck. So, and then there's all that. And then this is kind of like my area for, you know, like my last little touches, like accessories, a little spritz, and then I'm out. So, yes, we have to really go through it. But first, at least we have some full laundry to do, so I'm just gonna get that going. It's giving X marks the spot. Yeah, come, let me know what you think. What do you think? I don't know. What do you think? I'm gonna do a couple bits and bobs, just kind of like changing the aesthetic a smidgen, but I feel very accomplished, so thank you for joining me on this like little flip around for my room. What do you think, Finn? Mwah. Again, Finn says he loves you. I love you. See you soon. Now it's time to head to the movies with our cinematic crusader. Here with another titanium take, here's our movie maven Kai.
Hey there everyone, it is I, your movie maven Kai, and we are deep in the weed, guys. Like, it's like practically mid-October. I have attended my first two haunts. Parker came out, we did Queen Mary and LA Haunted Hayride, which are always such a blast, guys. If you're in the area, definitely, you know, check those two out. Dark Harbor was incredible this year, absolutely beautiful. Going a little bit earlier in the season is really nice, and going midweek is even better because it ends up not being too crowded. You don't really need the front of the line passes. You know, you get that that individualized experience of going through and not having the conga line where, you know, you see the scare before it happens, it doesn't get you, and then you have to hear it afterward, and then sometimes you get stuck, and you know, it happens. And so being able to plan your spookiness is, you know, really, it's key, guys. It's absolutely key. But Dark Harbor actually does a really good job of preventing that from happening. So that's my pick of the year so far. Haunted Hayride's always a good time. We went on a Thursday early in the run, so it was only open for 3 hours, but we got there and really, you know, had enough time to do everything that we wanted to do. And they have a great band that plays throughout the night. And the food has been elevated. The experiences have really, you know, kept on par every year. So like I said, if you're in Los Angeles and you have the time and the means with which to hang out in those, definitely do that. But then, you know, you get home and you want to have a little spooky time. And, you know, like I said before, the slasher flicks, the, you know, Usual Suspects, that's a year-round thing for me. But there are certain movies that I watch really only around this time of year, because you have all of the streaming services doing like their Halloween collections, and you look through and you go, I haven't watched that one for a while. And that happened to me moments ago, my friends. I actually just finished watching Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is such a great, ridiculous snapshot of the time. Early 2000s. I do a lot of movies from the early 2000s. There's a lot of nostalgia there, but you also have some of these movies that really lack a lot of the, the problematicness of, that time. We were really kind of coming around to having, male friendships be acceptable without there being a lot of gay jokes, floating around. You have a lot of, female empowerment without there being a lot of commentary on female empowerment. It's just there. It's just something that's acceptable within these universes that are built. And Scooby-Doo really, does that brilliantly. And they have a lot of commentary on that being done brilliantly, so it's like, they do it, and then they talk about it in a way that, makes the ridiculousness sort of seem more acceptable. Like I said, it's a whole universe, but if you haven't seen it, I'm sad for you, and I insist that you go watch it right now. It's on Max if you have the means. And it's basically, the Scooby Gang at the very beginning, breaks up over a clash. They don't all feel accepted or part of the group, and so they go their separate ways. And a couple of years later, they're all brought together to go solve a mystery on this island that has a theme park on it that's all spooky, and they all get dragged there, and nobody really knows why, and hijinks are ensuing, and there's things possessing these kids, and it's basically spring break, but spooky, and that's a lot of fun. And they have to come together to solve this mystery, and really kind of accept the fact that they all have their strengths within this group, and they're all used so that they can do things together. None of them are good on are perfect on their own, but as a group, that's how they've been so successful over the years. So Freddie Prinze Jr., Matt Lillard, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and God, I can never remember her name. She's in the Avengers. She was in Freaks and Geeks. Linda Cardellini. There we go. Absolutely fantastic in all of these, roles. And it's funny, when the movie was first talked about, first greenlit, I was really on edge as to whether it was going to be good or not, because I love Scooby-Doo. Scooby was something that I grew up with hard between, the original TV show, and they did like the Scooby Kids show, when I was a kid, and, it was a Saturday morning thing, and, I really wanted it to be good. And I said, Matt Lillard. Really? Because all I really knew him from was, Scream and Hackers and SLC Punk. And I was like, is this like a thing? Like, is this going to work? I don't know if this is going to work. And it was something that worked so hard that it's still working today. The man is still doing the voice of Shaggy. And, it's really, it's such a beautiful thing to see because we all love Matt Lillard. And I feel like he's finally in the last, like, maybe 5 years or so, getting the recognition and the appreciation that, he so very much deserves, because he is an incredible actor, and just a wonderful, brilliant, sweet person. And, the more that we hear about him, the more we love him, and the more we want to see him. So go back and see some of the early. Watch him as Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. You will not be disappointed. It's such a fun little romp. And I think it is only an hour and a half. So it's a good little escape movie for this time of year. I feel like it's like requisite watching, especially if you have kids. Introducing them to, all of those people is really awesome. If yours are anything like mine, they really dig the nostalgia thing of, learning about, the stuff that we used to watch and the people that we used to watch. And so this one really has, all of those quintessential, Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar. I mean, they were like, the couple. Matt Lillard, like he was in everything. He was everyone's, weird guy crush, and Linda Cardellini being able to, kind of bridge all of those things into things like the Avengers, where she had, she was Hawkeye's wife, so being able to have, that little connection and showing, how all these people have grown. It's a really, kind of awesome thing to do. So check that out, guys. If you are planning on going out for Halloween, and you have ideas for costumes, please let us know. I have an idea for a costume. I have the things that I need for it, but I'm not sure if I'm sold on it. And that's a weird thing for me. Usually, like, I am the mayor. in, you know, Halloween Town. You know, the second that, you know, November 1st comes along, it's like, I only have 364 days left to, you know, plan for next Halloween. And I'm usually pretty set by March, but it's like this year was rough, guys. It was definitely rough. And for a lot of people, and this seems like such a silly thing to be so focused on when things have been so rough. But Halloween brings me a lot of joy. It brings me a lot of happiness, and it gives me something to look forward to. So, you know, being this late in the game and not having something like super specific that I know I want to do, it's weird. So, so give me some ideas, guys. Let me know what you're doing. I love to hear, you know, the really cool costumes and things that, you know, people have. And I know, you know, it's a big one for Rusty too. So, you know, we could sit there and, you know, and what is it? Ogle. You know, all of your past, you know, costumes, your future costumes, the things that you're thinking of, what you've designed, what you bought, what you had made. Show us your costume from when you were a kid. We'd love to see that stuff, guys. We got a couple weeks left before, you know, the big night is here. So show us your costumes and tell us what we should be, and drink your water and take your meds and take care of yourself. And we will see you next week.